Now you're probably listening to this file because you already love the idea of being hypnotized, or maybe you're simply fascinated by the idea of losing control to a dominant woman, one who knows all the secrets of erotic control. Is that it, boy? Does the thought of giving in to me excite you? Does the feeling of just giving in to the dominant will of a very powerful woman make you go weak in the knees? Well, you wouldn't be the first. And I'm sure you've heard that someone who has been given a post-hypnotic suggestion or instruction, especially while under the influence of a powerful hypnotic trance, can and will act on that suggestion. Much more later, when they're no longer in trance and yet still somehow acting under the mysterious control, the irresistible influence of hypnotic suggestions left behind in their subconscious mind, which they will find that they have no choice but to obey. And how do you suppose this is even possible? What is it about your mind, your subconscious mind, that it can be persuaded by me to make you behave in certain ways, do certain things, when you're no longer even in trance? And what kind of things might you find yourself doing? Fun things? Silly things? Curious things that you seem to have no control over? Can you imagine? You might be wondering, will it happen after the very first time that I hypnotize you? Or do you think it will only grow stronger and stronger in you after you've listened to more and more of my hypnosis? All I will tell you at this point is that someone who has already been hypnotized by me, or who has ever wanted to be hypnotized by a powerful and dominant mistress whom they trust, can discover that they will very soon become more and more accustomed to that very pleasure, the very natural pleasure of allowing yourself to be controlled, guided, and soon compelled. Yes, boy, at my command. Can you imagine that? To be so well trained, to obey, to be so conditioned that you can't help yourself spurting and squirting with no ability to stop simply because I command you to. Yes, just like a mindless puppet, jerking and twitching at the snap of my fingers. It can happen, boy. It will happen simply by focusing on the sound of my voice and allowing my words to control your arms, your hands, your legs, as my hypnotic commands begin to slowly take away all your control as you follow my instructions. One by one, word by word, file by file, programming you to come on command for mistress. I find that a very exciting thought. Are you excited, boy? Sooner or later, it will simply happen to any boy who is willing to submit himself to this very special programming by following along as I share the secrets of male seduction, introducing you to the power of erotic control by training for me to all the files I will soon be releasing in my Male Seduction series. And it all starts right here, right now, with this file that is simply called Erotic Control. That is what you want, boy, isn't it? You want my erotic control? Yes, you do. And starting by just listening to this file, just by following my instructions, and then soon finding yourself growing curious to know more and succumbing to the temptation of getting your hands on as many of my male seduction files as you can. So if you want to get the most from this file, it is very important that you do follow my instructions and do everything I say for you to do.